Let's do a quick compare and contrast between the Midas, Mr. Transmission, and Cottman Transmission. So, of course, we're speaking about auto repair companies. And so here's a review I want you to pay attention to. So when you think about, I want to first start with Midas. And when you think about Midas, I want you to think about one of the largest chains of automotive service centers in North America. And they also operate in 15 other countries and as a licensee or a franchisee. And so in this country, they have over 2,000 shops. So that's really good. And they offer brake, maintenance, tires, exhaust, and steering repairs. And additionally, Midas owns a Speedy Oil and Auto Services, totaling 150 auto centers stateside. I mean, depending on the state you're in. This was actually, we started this by analyzing the landscape in New York. But this analysis is applicable to every state in the union here. So when you think about Midas, I want you to think about pricing that is higher than average. That's really important as a consumer to really think about it, or as an owner operator. Customer service is impeccable. I mean, we love Midas customer service. This is really great. Scheduling, this is really fantastic also because you have the possibility to schedule maintenance online, on the phone, or via the app. So if you want your car to be maintained or to anything to happen on your car, you have the possibility to schedule things in through different formats. And the work guarantee, it really depends on the location and the work done, but it goes from 6 to 18 months. Now let me I want to dig a little deeper in terms of the services. So when we talk about Midas, you have auto repair services. So auto repair services, you have new tires and tire repair. That's really good. You have a brakes and brake repair. You have oil change. You have wheel alignments. You have exhaust system services. You have electric vehicle tires, so EV tires. You have the ability for a service technician to check engine lights. You have belts and hoses. You have the car AC and heating repair, so this is really good. You have steering and suspension. You have lights, wipers, and accessories. You have car batteries, starting and charging. You have a radiator and engine cooling, so we love that a lot. And the work that Midas does around transmission flush is really superb. And what we love about Midas is that they are constantly expanding their touch. So they have a maintenance package, fleet services, and they have a Midas closer look vehicle check. So that's really good. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. And so when we talk about Midas Autos, they're auto systems experts. They are really using technology as an important element in their work. Okay, as a matter of fact, even Midas has introduced artificial intelligence (AI) when it comes to checking your car. So that's really good. And so when we talk about Midas Auto Systems experts, this is really where Midas stays really strong because you have a complete service for your car. Okay, and so that's really good. So we're talking about car repair services, tire rotation. You have brake repair, mufflers and exhaust, and steering and suspension repairs. You also have new tire and tire services. So that's really good. So you have snow, winter tires, summer tires. That's really fantastic. And you also have year-round tires, all-season tires, and that's really good. And there are cases where Midas also provides mud tires, low-profile tires, and performance tires. So you can see that they have a complete constellation of services around tire and tire services. And Midas also does a great job in terms of offering credit to its customers and prospects. So that's really good. You have something called the Midas credit card. So you are able to enjoy golden perks on services you need, including free tire repair and free tire rotation at participating Midas locations. So the Midas credit card is kind of cool because you have zero interest if paid in full within 12 or 6 months, depending on your credit. So on purchases of $1,200 more for 12 months, or anything between $199 to $1,200 for 6 months, you are going to get a credit card. But now interest will be charged to your account from the purchase date if the promotional plan balance is not paid in full within the promotional period. So be very careful if you were to go with this route that you pay everything on time, okay? And so you have the golden perks with all new Midas credit card. You will receive a few benefits, and so you also have something that's important. You will enjoy 24/7 customer service support, fraud protection, and ease of payments and online account management. That's really good. But the bank that really covers everything here is a community. It's a community bank. So you got to go to community.net/Midas. Okay, and you can apply now. You can apply and you can receive the benefits of the Midas credit card really, really right now. That's just fantastic. The bank, by the way, is Community Capital Bank, not Community Bank, but Community Capital Bank. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about Midas versus Mr. Transmission versus Cottman. I talk to you now about Mr. Transmission. So Mr. Transmission goes all the way back. The history of this company started around in the 50s, and it started around 1956. And the cool thing is that they started with repairing and installing transmission systems. Even today, they are still doing it. Now, Mr. Transmission is not as popular, if you will, as Midas, but they're still kicking ass anyway. So they have about 150 centers in the United States. So they focus nowadays on maintenance, repair, and drivetrain components. Now, complimentary towing service is actually a given. Now, let's dig a little deeper in terms of some of the cost differentiators. The pricing, it's average to expensive. Customer service actually depends on location. We've seen some Mr. Transmission locations where customer service was impeccable, and others where it could be improved. The scheduling can happen online, over the phone, or through the app. The work guarantee depends on the work done and location. And in terms of services, let's break it down for you. So when we talk about services, you have free performance check with repair. So that's really good. So when we talk about performance check, we're talking about fluid check, road test, and you also have bay inspection. So manual linkage, engine and transmission mounts, U-joints, CU axles, fluid retention leaks, sensors, switches, solenoids. And you also are able to check for diagnostic trouble codes. So you also have a diagnostic services. So diagnostic services are pretty good in terms of giving you the A to Z about how your car is currently doing. That way you're not surprised about anything that happens to your car. You also have Mr. Transmission also covers they cover clutch repair. So if you have a manual transmission in your car, then you need to make sure your clutch is maintained. And the clutch, as you know, is a crucial component that connects the engine to your vehicle's drivetrain. And so this piece of complex machinery depends actually on a lot of things, and it also demands finesse and attention to detail. So Mr. Transmission will actually take care of that, not a problem. And so they actually service all kinds of vehicles. You know, we're talking about hybrid, all-wheel drive, and diesel vehicles. And they service RVs too. So that's really cool. And so they also have a drivetrain. So the drivetrain is important because it allows you to really have a clear idea about where your car really is. And you should really service every 30,000 miles. That's what Mr. Transmission recommends, so that you are able to have exactly the best performance car. Or you can just maintain the whatever components you have to maintain in your car according to your manufacturer's specifications. Either way, you need to receive info from a reputable source. You also have transmission maintenance, so that's really good in terms of making sure that you don't have a loss of power upon acceleration. Transmission which is unable to go into gear, hard or late shifting of gears, transmission slipping, chatter or grinding noise in the transmission leaking car. You have to understand transmission leaking cars are unable to move. You also have quality transmission repair, so that's another element that Mr. Transmission takes care of, and that's really important. We're talking about affordable transmission repair. transmission repair and reseal. And you also have to think about all the kind of cars that they actually service. You also have truck transmission. So Mr. Transmission is really good in terms of flexibility. So they actually do truck transmission. They do box trucks, delivery trucks, RVs, and 4x4s. And they also have transmission repair warranty. That's really good. They also offer towing services. So that's really cool. Free towing is available on all major repairs. In terms of credit, Mr. Transmission doesn't offer credit. Okay, Midas does, but Mr. Transmission doesn't do it. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about Midas versus Mr. Transmission versus Cottman Transmission. We talk about Cottman Transmission. So this company started in 1963, and they specialize in a wide assortment of cars, trucks, and RV services. And their facilities are also equipped with the latest auto repair, transmission, and vehicle technologies. So when we talk about pricing, it's average. The pricing at Cottman Transmission is average. Customer service is good, not impeccable, but not crappy either. The scheduling happens online in a very few number of cases. Let's just say online scheduling is not possible in 90% of all situations. You just need to find a location and then schedule your maintenance on the phone with them. The work guarantee depends on the location and the work done, but usually the period goes from 6 to 18 months. In terms of services, let's talk about that now. When we talk about services, we're really talking about where Cottman Transmission really showcases its expertise. So you have transmission services, you have types of transmissions, and you have drivetrain repair. So when we talk about transmission services, we are speaking about 4x4 transmission repair. You are speaking about rebuilt transmissions, transfer case repair, transmission coolers, and transmission flush. So you have the ability to see exactly what works for you there. And in terms of the types of transmissions, you have all-wheel drive transmissions, automatic transmissions, CVT transmissions, diesel transmissions, manual transmissions. So that's really important. And also, when we talk about drivetrain repair, we're speaking about axle repair and service, clutch repair and service, CV joint and CV boot replacement, and differential repair and rebuild. So it really depends on what you're really trying to accomplish. So besides the transmission, you also have auto repair. So this is another area where Cottman generates revenue. So with auto repair, we're speaking about AC repair and service, auto batteries, alternators. We have axle repair and service. You have belt and hose replacement, brake services, carburetor repair. So you have check engine light diagnostics, clutch repair and services. You have computer diagnostics, cooling system flush, CV joints and boots, electrical systems repair. You have electrical replacement, exhaust and mufflers, factory scheduled maintenance, filter replacement, fuel system service, oil changes, power steering and suspension, pre-purchase inspections, pre-vacation checkup, radiator flush and replacement. So you can see that when it comes to auto repair, Mr. Cottman is really can be as much detail as possible. You have oil change, power steering and suspension. You have RV repair, safety inspections, shocks and struts. You have a starter replacement, timing belt replacement, tire rotation. You have tune-ups. You have underwood checkup. You have a water pump replacement. So that's really good in terms of giving you the ability to know exactly what will work and what will not work. Let's talk about the overview here. So one thing I want to say here is that when we talk about this player, it's important to understand that should you go with Midas or Mr. Transmission or Mrs. Or Cottman Transmission. One thing I want to say is that whether you want to go with one or on another, and I quickly want to say that Cottman Transmission doesn't offer credit. Okay, they actually will look at your file if needed, but they don't do it on a systematic basis. This is an important element to keep in mind before you actually jump ship. And what I want to say is that so coming back with the overview, it's important to, before choosing an auto repair shop, to have a clear idea what your needs are. Okay, so whether you want to go with Midas, Mr. Transmission, or Cottman Transmission, you always want to ask your friends and family, because you never know. I mean, you can check things online. People will put reviews, whatever. But if you start from your own house, you can ask families, you can ask friends, you can ask colleagues, you can ask business owners, other business owners in your area. So you also want to visit a shop's website to learn more about who they are and the services they offer. And so you also want to check for auto tech certifications. Nowadays, cars are like like mobile software. So you really want to understand that it's really you want to understand that the franchise or the shop can demonstrate a higher level of skills and professionalism. And you want to look for shop affiliations. So you want to use a repair shop that's affiliated with or certified by a well-known and trusted automotive industry organizations. That's why if you go with Midas or Mr. Transmission or Cottman Transmission, you are able to have that done. The most professional facilities will make the effort to actually meet requirements of an outside organization. Make sure that a written warranty is offered on all parts and labor. The longer the warranty, the more confidence the shop has in its quality of work and parts used in the repair. You want to work with a facility that keeps vehicle records. So when a repair shop has a vehicle history on hand, this can help keep long-term expenses to a minimum, and you need that. You got to have that sort of granularity here. And you also want to verify with local agencies. So a reliable facility will likely be a member of groups such as the Better Business Bureau or the Chamber of Commerce. So, and make sure the facility offers transportation. So shops that provide transportation for their customers those shops show a commitment to customer satisfaction. So here is our winner here: Midas versus Mr. Transmission versus Cottman Transmission. The winner is Midas. Midas has more locations, has a level of depth and breadth when it comes to the services offered, and the others are not really that big yet. So Mr. Transmission is actually better after Midas, but Cottman Transmission has to do a lot of catch up to really serve a larger swath of customers, especially when it comes to customer service. This is so important. Now the winner. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time.